Football season's here. Join us on Auburn Unleashed. I'm Adam Clayton.
I'm Jim Patton.
And we're going to be having great Auburn guests and going over football season, I guess, a review.
Yeah, we'll be reviewing the games, having guests, probably do some from the Letterman Club right there at the stadium. We hope y'all all listen to our podcast.
And also from the Over the Mountain Touchdown Club. So hope you can join us. Join us on iTunes or your favorite podcasting app.
This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 16th of October. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather turning wet later today. We'll talk about that. And what about that rain chance on Saturday? Will any part of the state get rain to start the weekend? A lot of things to discuss, so let's do it. Here's the big picture. Water vapor satellite view across the nation early this morning. Big trough in the west. Moisture streaming up in advance of that trough, and that will help to aid in the rain. We'll see later today, tonight, and tomorrow. And man, it's cold back in that trough. 20s and 30s this morning over much of the western states. It's about the coldest we've seen so far this season, and we will feel some of that by tomorrow night and Friday. That's a radar. That was at exactly 5 o'clock this morning. Just pouring rain up at Memphis. The rain is nearing the northwest corner of the state, but so far that rain has just not moved much overnight. And it sure looks like the morning will be dry. But as the afternoon progresses, we'll begin to see the rain spreading into Alabama. There's the bigger picture at 5, and you can see that rain running from the Texas Hill Country up to about Waco, Texarkana, Memphis, and up to near Cincinnati, in advance of the surface boundary. The flash flood watch continues around the Arklatex, Shreveport, Texarkana, parts of southern Arkansas, but no flooding problems here. The rain should not be all that heavy. And freeze warnings up for parts of the Great Plains, as it is cold up there. The growing season for 2013 wrapping up for them. No severe weather problems around the nation today and tonight. And the rain for the next 5 days. This is kind of suggesting rain amounts of about 1/2 to 1 inch for most of the state. And I figure we'll probably see amounts of under 1/2 inch over the next 36 hours. Tropical weather in the Atlantic Basin remains very quiet. Disorganized waves south of Bermuda not expected to develop. And again, I think as the water cools for the Gulf, our season for at least major hurricanes, the threat is pretty much over for this year. We'll check the GFS, the Global Forecast System. This is valid today at 1 o'clock local time. This is the OZ run, valid at 500 millibars. There's trough axis west of the state. Down below that band of rain just slowly sags in here. Be a slow process, but we figure by mid to late afternoon, many folks will be getting wet. This is the high-res NAM, valid this evening at 7 o'clock local time. And it's still really got the bulk of the rain along and north of Interstate 59. If you're in places like Alexander City and Montgomery and Selma and Auburn, the day today should be dry. You'll get the rain tonight. Now let's go to tomorrow morning. This is Thursday morning, 8 o'clock local time. That's showing some heavier rain maybe passing through here. And then tomorrow at 1 o'clock, that's just wet. Really, the NAM is pretty bullish on rain tomorrow. In fact, it's kind of suggesting that the biggest rain will come maybe during the day tomorrow. The GFS not quite as bullish as this on rain tomorrow, but clearly it's going to be cloudy today and tonight. Tomorrow with rain at times. So just keep the rain gear handy. And, of course, tomorrow should be noticeably cooler. We'll stay in the 60s all day. But that batch of rain is gone. This is Friday. Should be a gorgeous day. We start the day in the 40s. It'll be nice and cool. The coolest morning so far this season. The high should be at or just over 70. I mean, a beautiful fall day. And by the way, I do think for the high school football games tomorrow night, the bulk of the rain should be over by the time those games begin. And Friday night looks just perfect. A cool, crisp, you'll need a jacket, just great. And then we note the wave off to the west, and it's not as impressive on this run. And Saturday, the GFS is bone dry. You know, it flashed that one run with the big rain on Saturday, and the last 3 runs have looked very dry like this. It shunted any showers way, way south of here. In fact, now this run has the rain south of the Alabama Gulf Coast. So based on the fact that we've seen 3 runs like this, we're going to go optimistic and forecast a pretty much dry day for the northern half of the state. Here's the NAM on Saturday, dry as a bone. GFS, dry. So after a little scare where we thought we might see some rain on Saturday, we can go back to the Chamber of Commerce type forecast and go for a pretty decent day. We'll call it partly sunny with a high low to mid 70s. And Sunday looks very nice. Very refreshing day. Highs 72 to 75. Lows probably in the mid to upper 40s. Just nice. Any rain way south of the Gulf Coast this weekend. And Monday of next week, same thing. Looks good. We'll start the day down in the upper 40s. The high should be in the 70s, and the day should be dry. A week from today, a new trough coming in. And all of a sudden, the GFS wants to bring a big old rain mass in here on Tuesday. And obviously, confidence is low because this is the first time we've seen this look, but we'll maybe mention some risk of rain on Tuesday and fine-tune that as we get closer. And this is Wednesday of next week. Look at the cold air coming down the pike. Wow, that's some really cold air coming down across the plain states, and we start to feel that. This is Thursday the 24th. Pretty cold vortex sets up north of Buffalo, New York, and that's just very chilly looking for us. 540 line deep into Kentucky, and that's going to end the growing season for a lot of folks about Interstate 40 on north. That'll get those folks up there in the 30s, and that'll get us maybe down in the upper 30s if that verifies. And look at this. A couple of days later, this is Saturday the 26th. Wow, the GFS is flashing temperature anomalies of 20 to almost 30 degrees below average. That would be a freeze if this happens to be correct, and that's a big if, but sure looks like we're going to get some pretty chilly air in here over the last week or so of October. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock today. If you can, catch us on ABC 3340 News this evening, on the live stream or the television side at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.